Hello, I'm Brandon Reyes with True Ball Release and AXCEL Sights, and today I'm going to do a little description or a demonstration on how to level the Achieve series sights. And just as a note, you level the AXCEL AX series sights just as well, or just the same. What I got here is an HTM leveling device. I've already leveled it to the table. It stays on the table here, so whenever I have to level a bow up, I just simply come in, grab a piece that goes in the stabilizer mount here, and then go ahead and attach it up. I've already got my sight mounted. This is a brand new bow, brand new sight. I've made sure that the adjustments were out of whack quite a bit so we can see exactly how far it is off and how we get it exactly where we need it. There's tons of different ways to level level a bow up. I'm going to show you the way I do it, and then the way I double check it in the end to make sure that it's going to be on, whether I'm standing on a concrete floor or out in the woods shooting 45-degree angles down or up. So the first thing I have is like a little L bubble or an L level here, and I mount it directly to the string, and I try to do this before I put anything as far as knocking point is concerned on the string. So I have it right in the middle of the circuit. And now I'm going to simply attach it to the string just like this. Alright, now in this particular type of level, I can come in and I can level the bow left and right here, and then also up and down with the side bubble. So now with this lever, I can put the bubble right in the middle here to where I have the bow completely level in the jig. So now I've got it level this way and this way. So now I want to come in from this side, and I want to use my little square level here. I just got a little medicine stone level that I'm going to put on the sight and actually set my first axis. Leveling this particular sight is about as easy as it gets. You have basically first, second, and third, and you level it up in that particular order. So I've moved my bar to where it's I know it's way out of whack, but I want to set this flat against my slide rail there, and you can see that my bubble is off to the right side. So I simply come to the adjustment screws for the first axis and loosen them up, and then slide my bar to where it's in the middle, and wherever to get it where I'm happy with it. And you got to do this mindful of all your other bubbles here that we originally set on the L bracket. Make sure that these don't get out of whack. I slightly touched it, so you want to make sure you get it back to where it is in the middle. So I'll check my first axis again here, and you can see we're right in the middle now. So now I want to make sure these are all tight, and this is the mounting the extension bar to the head of the sight. Just make sure these are nice and tight now, and double check it again, make sure nothing is slid. And you can see we're right in the middle. Alright, so our first axis is set. Now we're going to go to the head of the sight. On our particular models of the AX and the Achieve sights, the second and third axis is done on the removable block. So just simply find your second mark, and I'm going to come around to the other side, make sure your bubbles here are still straight, and loosen my second mark. So this is for the second axis. So I've got them both loosened. It's a 2-screw model. So now we're going to watch this level here and get it in the middle. Alright, see now my bubble is center of the level, so now I can lock that one down as well. 2-screw model here, so make sure each screw is tight. I like to go back and forth, kind of like you would the lugs on a car tire. Go back and forth until you get it to your desired tightness. So now we're set with the second axis. The nice thing about this level now, the HTM device here, is that you can simply roll this up and down to get your 45, to set your third axis. So now that I've tilted the bow forward, to simulate a downhill shot, I'm going to set my third axis, because you see that the level bubble has ran off to the right again. So now loosen your screws here on the bottom that signify third axis. Make sure both are not extremely loose, but somewhat loose to where you can move it. And then just pull this in, and you'll see the third axis straighten right up to where the bubble is in the middle. So now, simply lock that one down. Both screws. You'll notice that I've kind of forgot about, when you're setting the third axis here, make sure you don't touch the bow, but you'll notice that both the bubbles in my L bracket are off. And that's just because, I've tilted the bow down to where it's going to run the bubble off here. But make sure, you don't touch the bow when you're setting that. Try to keep it as still as possible when, locking the screws and everything. So now, I should have everything perfectly lined up. Now when I bring the bow back to center, you'll notice my bubble will it should stay in the middle. So now I've got my bubble staying in the middle. Even if I go uphill or downhill, everything stays in the middle. So my sight should be perfectly level, depending on no matter what I'm going to shoot. So, simple as 1, 2, 3, first, second, and third axis. Make sure you keep everything tight once you get it, leveled up, and that's as easy as it is. So that's leveling the Achieve and/or AX series target sight. And now I'm going to go to another step just to prove that my system is working, and I'm going to check it at full draw. I'm going to take my bow out of the jig and put the easy third axis leveling device on, and show you how. Once I've done my thing on the HTM device, how I'm going to double check it with this simple device at full draw. Alright, I've just taken my bow out of the HTM device. I've leveled it up first, second, and third axis. Now, a lot of guys say, hey, you've got to have your bow leveled at full draw. So, with this device, I've got this Hamskea device as well, I'm going to prove that this set it to the way I want it. But I want to show you at full draw how to determine that with this particular device. What you need to do is you need to find like a straight line like this, or a door jamb, or use some type of level to where when you pull the bow back, you put this point and this point on that line. One's going to be high and one's going to be low. And then you level this, make sure that the level in the Hamskea matches the level in your bubble scope here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to full draw, and I'm going to line these up and show you that this bubble centered and this bubble centered to prove that my bow is completely level, whether it's at full draw or static position like we set here. So I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to draw the bow, and I'm going to line up both of my pins on that straight line. Kind of works best if you're kind of downhill angle a little bit, but you'll see both the levels in the Hamskea and the level in my scope are matching. So that means that my bow is completely level at full draw. So now this sight is ready to go. We'll go to the next step and put the rest of the equipment on the bow. So you'll see that the bubbles are reacting the same as well. So that means that, that your sight is almost in a perfect position, to go out to shoot high uphills or downhills, or whatever your archery needs are going to be. So completely level now, first, second, third axis, and checked at full draw. That's a wrap on leveling the Achieve target sight or the AX series target sights from T.R.U.